Hello, my friends, and welcome back to News You Could Use. I am super duper excited to have my co-host here with me tonight. We are going to be talking about somewhat of a tough topic. So many people have been impacted by COVID, not only in their personal lives, but also in their financial lives, ergo, their jobs. So we're going to talk about, is your job protecting you from COVID? And I wonder, are you protecting you from COVID? Because, well, at the end of the day, we are responsible to make sure that we are safe, our children are safe, and even those we come in contact with. So tonight, we're going to explore that. We're going to see how it's affected people globally and things that we can do to overcome the scare of the pandemic. So, why don't you go ahead? I always say this every week that you see us. Go ahead and get a pen. Yeah, and I like this pen right here. Let me show you. You see that one with the little hair on it? Yeah, I like that pen. So go ahead and get you a pen. It doesn't matter what kind, but get you a pen that right. Be sure, and then go ahead and get you a notepad. Reason being is because I always say it, no matter where I go, note takers are money makers, baby. So take notes because I got an excellent group of folks here tonight. You're gonna love. They're world learner, and they have some personal, true stories to share with you. And dare I say, you might want to get a tissue because some of the stories are going to make you really, really look at what's going on in this world. But also, they're going to get hit home for you. So I'll be right back. And guess who's going to come right on the box with me? My co host, your friend, the one that always helps us win, Miss Lynne Herod. So hold tight to your seat because everything's going to be just all right. Be right back. See you. Awesome, awesome. So, hello, Lynn. Everybody knows my co-host Lynne Herod diverges. Everyone knows it's always time to win with Lynn. So, Lynn, hey, good to see you again. Let's get right into it and tell them what we're doing tonight.
Yes, thank you, Lotus. Thank you. I hope everybody is doing great tonight. As Lotus said, make sure you have your tissue handy because we are definitely here with some stories that are real and it's for these real times. We all
Yes.
know that right now we're facing the pandemic and COVID-19 is no joke. And no one knows that more than the people who have either experienced it or have indirectly experienced it from friends, family members, loved ones that have had the virus, and even those that have passed away. And so tonight we're going to be talking to you about what actually people can do to, number one, help themselves to fortify, build your immune system. What you can do, even if you do come down with COVID, we have someone who can share some things with you that he recently had to do for himself and his family. And we're also going to talk about how, in light of this pandemic, there's so much talk about getting back to work, getting back to work, getting back to work. Well, are all of the places where people are working, are they really safe? are they being handled in a way to keep it safe for the employees and the customers that frequent those locations? And so we're going to take a look at that as well tonight. So why don't we kick it off, Lotus, with our first
Yes.
guest?
All right. So, our first guest, you're going to love our first guest. She is just a phenomenal lady. If you watch the news or anything like that in her area, then you've seen her in her area. So, I want you, if you would stand up and put your hands together for our guest. She is an activist. She is a speaker. She's an entrepreneur. She is a shop steward representing over 60,000 hospitality workers in Las Vegas casino industry. I want you to go ahead and give a warm welcome to Margaret Jaramillo. I want Margaret, where you at? You gonna come up here or what?
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Margaret, how you doing? And Margaret has been on the show with us before, and she talked about a different topic, but tonight we're really hitting home. So, Margaret, can you tell the folks a little bit about some of the things that you've been doing recently to help people be more safe in their jobs and what the focus was? You've got the stage.
Okay. Uh, what we've been doing is calling out to our legislators, to the
Mhm.
Clark County commissioners. I live here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I am a server on the Las Vegas Strip. Uh, I have been working on the Strip for 32 years.
Mhm.
And no way, no how did anyone even imagine that the Las Vegas Strip would close down, and the whole world for that matter, because of the coronavirus,
Yes.
the COVID
Yes.
19.
Right.
So that impacted
Mhm.
everyone.
Right.
And now it's been 5 months, 5.5 months actually.
Mhm.
And we have still not went back to work.
Right.
And we have not been given any assurance that we will even be able to go back to work.
Mhm.
So it has impacted every family, friend, everyone that I know.
Mhm.
And it's been detrimental, um,
Yes.
emotionally and mentally, knowing if we're not going to be able to take care of our families.
Right.
So,
So let me say this. My heart really goes out to you because I know you work for to help over 60,000 people in the hospitality industry, and most recently, you've had the opportunity actually to work with the local unions. You've joined forces for rallies and demanded that employers hire back their laid off workers. So I'd like to share a little bit that with our audience. So, and when we share that, if you would, just tell us a little bit about what was going on here.
so we started our rally off at the Clark County Commissioners.
I really don't know. But I think we do deserve the hope that we may be able to go back to work.
Some workers walking inside to address Clark County commissioners during the public comment period today, including Margaret Jaramillo. The single mother has been laid off since March from MGM Grand. Now, after working 32 years on the Strip, Jaramillo wants to know she can one day return to her job. The coalition asks commissioners to place.
So, right there, you were actually in the courtroom. You were actually in the courtroom and you were actually addressing the
Yes,
panel of lawmakers.
yes, we were addressing the Clark County Commissioners.
Mhm.
We are asking for an ordinance uh, so that the Las Vegas hospitality workers will be able to go back to work. It's our right to go back to work. We should be able to go back to work.
Mhm.
We're
So,
calling
I
for
know. Right. I know a lot of people may be wondering, why is she fighting so hard to go back to work in the middle of the pandemic? So I wanted to ask Lynn, you know, have you heard that? And then I want to share some other footage that Margaret shared with us. Uh, in regard to that. So Lynn, have you heard much about that?
I have. In the work that I do and counseling with many people, the reality is so many people are really scared. They're scared because they don't know if going back to the office or going back to work is a place that's safe for them. And of
Right.
course, most everybody not only concerned about themselves, but they're really concerned about their families, their
Right.
parents that they may be in touch with or taking care of, and definitely their kids. And
Right.
so that's a huge concern. At the same time, there's fear about not being able to get back to work to
Right.
earn the income so that they can continue to provide for the family.
Right.
So it is a very scary time. It's an extremely stressful time. And
Right.
I think that businesses definitely are doing what they can to come up with solutions, most of them. But there are a few who really are just about the bottom dollar. And in that case, it's not safe for employees.
Right. And you know what I did notice was that when Margaret was out, she was doing her campaigning and rallying, if you will, to help people. This is one of the big things I noticed, and I want to share this with you. You all were rallying and you were working together peacefully, but everyone had on the ones that I can see here, they had on their masks. They were observing the safety rules and regulations. And even in the courtroom, you were observing social distance, which is a critical piece to making sure that people are safe. So it's not just really about folks. We want to go back to work. We want to go back to work and we don't care. No, we want to go back to work and we are practicing safety and we are social distancing. So we're going to come back in a few minutes. We're going to take a quick break and we're going to bring to the platform with us our wonderful guest that's going to share some personal things about what has happened to him as we explore. Let's talk about the impact of COVID. And then we're also going to bring on another wonderful guest. She is going to talk to us about how we can keep ourselves healthy. So we're going to go right back. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and we have a bunch of folks streaming in and we want to acknowledge you and then we're going to get right back into it. So we will be right back. Thank you for joining News You Can Use with Lotus and Lynne Harrod Diversions. You have come to the right place at the right time for the news that you can use. Tonight we have our wonderful guests, Margaret Jaramillo, Bonita Stinson, and Bernardo Garcia. And we're going to share some wonderful information with you here on News You Can Use. All right, fantastic. And we are back. I would like to have everybody put your hands together, if you will, like they do on Soul Train. We're going to be bringing another wonderful guest. Yeah, that's right. We dance it up here, right? We're going to be bringing another guest here to the platform. He is an international best-selling author. He's a speaker. He's a hypnotist. I want you to welcome the remarkable Bernardo Garcia. Hello, Bernardo.
Hello, hello. How are you doing, girls?
Doing wonderful.
Great.
Doing wonderful.
Great.
So, Bernardo, we've got another special guest that's waiting in the wings as well. And she's usually here with us anyway. She is a wonderful speaker. I digress. She's an international speaker. She's an international speaker. She's an entrepreneur, and she's the bodacious, beautiful, brilliant Bonita Stinson. and as you know, Bonita has been on the show with us before, and she is just wonderful. So welcome, Bonita. How you doing, darling?
Good. How are you guys doing?
We are doing great. So we want to get right into this thing because, as you know, tonight we're talking about how companies are, or if they are not, protecting their employees from COVID. We're also talking about the impact that COVID has had on you, your viewers, and even those on this platform. And then we're going to talk about the uncertain times with the virus and us not being able to return to work, as Margaret already touched on. People are rallying to return back to work because many people cannot even get the unemployment that they were promised. So, with that being said, we want to go ahead and kick it back to Lynn, and then we're going to go ahead and do our round robin. Lynn?
Okay, so, you know, it really breaks my heart that we are in the situation that we're in today, but here we are. And so I think it's important for people as much as possible to maintain the right attitude, even in light of these very challenging times. So just a quick story of mine. I have a cousin who visited his mom every week. She and her sister, my other aunt, lived together, and he was coming to see them regularly. Well, make a long story short, he contracted COVID actually from his wife, who had been traveling for business in Europe. She came back, she was tested, she was quarantined, negative. That was in New York. She came back to Los Angeles, where her home was, and she was tested and negative and quarantined in her home. But my cousin, a guy who's a vegetarian, who does everything possible. He always meditated. He was a person who was grateful, right mindset. Healthy guy, worked out every day. He came down with COVID. And when he did, he went into the hospital within a week. And it was a couple of weeks after that he passed away. It's interesting because he passed away not long before his 60th birthday. Here he was visiting his mom and his aunt, and they're both in their 80s. And the one difference where they were tested and have not contracted COVID is due to great supplementation. They actually take the Naturally Plus products. He didn't. Now, I'm not saying that is what totally saved them and what did not save him, okay? Because there are many factors, so I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is it's just so, it was just so out of the blue.
So Lynn, I gotta say, you said something that really bothered me. And one of our viewers, she said that this is heartbreaking. So hey, Ayala Darnell, good to see you. Because I heard you say that they took the test. His wife took the test twice. And it came back negative both times. So basically, they were false negatives because she actually had the virus after traveling abroad. And she came home. Her husband was in optimal health. He ate right. He was a vegetarian or vegan. He worked out every day. And so he contracted it.
Yes. And after he was in the hospital on the respirator, then she started to take ill with the actual virus. So she was a carrier, but it took almost a month before it actually showed up in her system. So the 14 days of quarantine, well, of course, that was at the end of February, beginning of March. And the 14 days of quarantine wasn't enough.
And so
contracted it almost 28 to 29 days later.
So you could be a carrier and not even know it.
Yes.
And I've heard even D.L. Hughley, he didn't have any symptoms from what he shared with the public, and he collapsed on stage during a performance, and he had no prior symptoms. But they thought initially he was dehydrated, but that really wasn't the case. He tested positive for COVID. So with that being said, I really want to talk to our guest, Bernardo Garcia, because Bernardo Garcia is coming to us tonight from Texas, and he's going to share his story with us about his experience with COVID. But right before we do that, I know many of you are streaming in, and we thank you and we love you. We appreciate you being on the show. And so we want to acknowledge you. We see Margaret coming in from Clemente, California. It's great to see you. We see Tiomi Stroh. Hey, Tiomi, Fullerton, California. Good to see you. And Tin Lara, she is coming. She said it's disheartening. Yes, and she's coming all the way from the Philippines. And Henry, how you doing? Good to see you. He said it's not easy to lost your job in this point in time. Yeah, it's taking a toll on people. Hello from the Philippines. Good to see you, Lorfe. Happy to have you here. Ayala Darnell, pardon me, coming in from Florida. Great to see you. And we've got Mr. Wall coming in from Washington, D.C. Bobcat from the Soul Train coming all the way from Riverside, California. And we have Kiyomi Kingetsu coming in from Anaheim, California. Another person all the way from Riverside, Mr. Gregory Ford and May Landers. Good to see you, May. How you doing? Where you streaming in from? Let us know. And of course, the wonderful Angela Elting all the way from Washington, D.C. Thank you so much. She's the hardest working woman in showbiz. I said it. And that's my story, and I'm not taking it back. So, Bernardo, can you tell us a little bit about what transpired with you and your experience with COVID? We can. Yeah. Let me unmute. Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. My experience with COVID-19 was not as bad as some of my family members. Obviously, I didn't have fever, but I did have a lot of problems with the breathing. The breathing became one of the biggest issues with me. And did started feeling weak. I lost the taste for a few days. It was not for so long. I was able to continue helping my mother because in reality, this is how it started. My mother got sick, and when she started getting sick, she got very severe. So I started helping her. She started with coughing, feeling very weak, her chest, her stomach, and she would get chills on and off. But her main thing was also her chest she was having a lot of problems in the breathing. So when I started being there for my mom, then I got sick, and then when I got sick, obviously I had to kind of get strong because it was not only us, and then other family members, very close family members within my family, started getting sick, and also that became another issue. It was very difficult for me to make a decision to go to the hospital because we've been hearing in the area that I live in, a lot of the people that go to the hospital, they end up getting worse or they end up dying. So I have a friend in the medical field, and I spoke to her, and she suggested and recommended that for me to be at home and start taking care of myself. And I started doing a lot of the remedies with herbals, Vaporub, putting Vaporub on boiling water, inhaling it so I could kind of help in the breathing. And mainly what I did was the teas. A lot of the teas that I did, a friend of mine from Peru suggested for us to start doing it. I think that was one of the best things that helped me. I was lucky enough to have insomnia when I got sick because I had purchased insomnia. And by the way, I have it here, right there. So I was lucky enough to buy insomnia and have it with me. And I had been drinking it like maybe 3 or 4 days prior before I got sick, I did notice a difference in me. I noticed that I was able to overcome it faster. I started giving insomnia to my mother. And in fact, that was one of the things that I thought about it right away. And I noticed she's 84 years old. So it was very complicated. My main concern was not me, it was my mom, because I know she was 84 years old. I had seen people within that age, very close to my family, that had passed away. So I was very concerned. The other thing that I did was I concentrated on giving her a lot of vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, magnesium. And I went into the store and bought a lot of oranges. I would give her oranges, orange juice. I would boil the ginger, garlic, and a lot of other stuff. It's like amazing how I would do the teas. They are not that nice. The taste is not that great because once I started bringing the taste back, I started feeding the flavors in. I said, "Oh my God, I've been drinking this, and I didn't even know how bad they were." But at the end, I overcame it. It was for me. I think it was a combination of the things that I drank, but also mainly my attitude. That I kept my attitude very, very strong, and I had to. I didn't have much of a choice because at that point it was not Bernardo that I had to concentrate on. It was my mother and other family members that I had that were sick. So it was very concerned. It was a big concern for me to maintain my attitude very positive. And I got to the point that I was kind of strong in my attitude with my mom, which I didn't feel comfortable doing, but I had to change that because she was already going into the state where she felt, I'm not going to make it. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I'm not going to make it. So I had to change her mentality of the way she was thinking in order for her to fight it. So thank God she's alive. We're done. It's over. My family members, I don't want to be very specific to keep them privately, but very close family members, they're already out of it and they're doing great. I'm doing great. And in Submio, honestly, with all respect, not because I want to make the sale, but if you buy it, obviously you're doing the best choice you could do. And there's other products besides the water, not only the water, but there's other products. And it's extremely important that we believe. Lotus, can you help us with that, with the other products?
Yeah, sure. So what I'm holding up, if you could see it, okay, I'm holding up the Miracle Plus and I'm holding up the Super Lutein. And so as we go, Lynn, Margaret, as well as Bonita, she is our power pack punch right there. We're going to tell you a little bit more about the products. But before we go there, I want to just let everybody know the information that we're sharing with you. We want you to know that these are from personal accounts. These are not made up. These are our own personal accounts. And we are not medical doctors. So please consult with your physician prior to taking any supplements. And although these things are great for you, these are our results. And guess what? Your results can be astonishing too. So Bernardo talked about something that is super important. Go ahead, Bernardo. Go ahead.
Can I say something about the Insumio water?
Yes.
I had a cut right there, and I don't know if you all can see it. The cut, I cut myself. Mm-hmm. I'm always having a lot of problems healing. I put some of the water in there, and look, you can barely see it.
That's what happened when I got burned. I'm telling you, when I got burned, I put this Izumio on it. It stopped the pain almost immediately. No blister, no nothing.
The other thing that I used the water when I was having problems with my nasals and the breathing, I put a little bit in my nose, and that also helped. It worked for me. I'm not saying.
Whoa. Wait a minute. You ain't getting by that easy. Margaret, Bonita, what did he just say? Now, I've been using it on burns, rashes. He said in his nose. Wait a minute. What? Tell us again. We want more, right? I'm gonna just tell you in Japanese. Moto moto, mas mas.
Moto moto mas mas. I said it worked for me. So it worked for me, it can work for you. You have to believe in it as well. You have to try it out, maybe. Because if you don't try it out, you're always gonna be, what if I would have tried it? What if I would have had it? What if I would have been drinking the water prior to COVID-19?
Yes.
But guess what? Lotus and Lynne, when they told me about Insumio, I bought it. When I got it, it was like, I don't want to lie, but it was between 3 or 4 days that I had been drinking it. And honestly, I did not get as severe as my family members. And listen to this. My immune system is very low because in 2013, I had a surgery, a tumor in my head. So I have to be drinking hydrocortisone. I have to be injecting testosterone. My immune system is extremely, extremely low. My doctor always tells me, you need to be very careful because I suffer a lot of pneumonias, a lot of flu. I'm very easy. And it's amazing that COVID-19, it's worse, and it was not as strong in me this time as it used to be before.
Wow.
That's my story.
That's wow. That's amazing. That's amazing.
And I'm here and I'm live.
So
yes.
So I want to share this with you because someone made a very profound comment, and I want to bring this up because she said, once you recover from COVID-19, you are a carrier. So please make sure you wash your hand before every task. And of course, clean the house whenever you have a chance and stay safe. So make sure you are aware of this because you don't want to pass this on to your family. And I'm going to share with you a sanitizer that has been recommended by a highly regarded physician who works for the Department of Defense. I'm not going to share their name, but they're highly respected. And later on in the broadcast, I'm going to share that with you. And I want to take some comments too, because I'm hearing Alberto. He's saying hello from the Philippines. Hey, good to see you. Wow, great. That's great. Amazing. Scott Herod. Hey, amazing. Bernardo. Amazing. So look, your family is so fortunate to have you. Yes, that is so true because so many people, we've lost so many people. I mean, thousands of people. And I heard you, did you say that your mom and other family members had contracted it as well?
Yes. Other family members, very, very close to me, they had it as well. My mom had it. And all of us are pretty much, it's over. We're already done with it. So we're back to our regular routine and back to our jobs. And obviously, to the comment, the whoever made the comment that we have to clean the house, indeed, that is one of the things that we did. We cleaned the house, and I'm always cleaning. I think I consider myself a clean freak. So I'm always cleaning myself a lot. So, but I'm always very careful. But I'm a big believer that we need to, COVID-19 came to change our lives, but mainly we have to acknowledge that we have to start taking care of our health, the way we eat, our supplements, our vitamins.
Right.
So that is very important. I made a big change in my eating habits. And earlier today, I showed my body to Lynne and Lotus, where I even lost some weight. But in a way, it was great because obviously I'm eating healthier. I'm taking my vitamin C's. I'm taking my vitamin D, vitamin A, zinc, magnesium, and I'm exercising also. That is very important. And that my doctor told me that was one of the reasons also that I overcame it easier and faster because I exercise. I do cardio every morning, 1 hour in the morning, one hour in the evening. But along with that, the supplements such as Insumio and all other products that we can get you out through this company. So it's just a matter of loving yourself and having that respect to your body, because when we love ourselves and we respect ourselves, we take care of our body. Our body gives us the ability to do and obtain what we have every day. So it is important that COVID-19, we're not going to give that permission. And earlier today, I shared with you all that I kept talking to myself, and I meditate a lot. And every time that I meditate and I do my hypnosis, because I'm a hypnotist, and I would hypnotize myself and I would repeat it in my head. I'm not gonna allow COVID-19 take over my body. I'm not gonna allow it. And all this meditation, and I would completely imagine all these cells inside of me fighting it, working for me. And that also, it worked for me. It may work for you, but it's all in your faith as well. We have to have faith in whatever you do. If you're gonna drink Insumio, you drink it with faith. You believe in it. It's like everything in life. If you don't have faith, what's your foundation in life?
Yes. And so I'm so happy that you shared that, because you made some great points. And I want to ask you, Miss Benita, the brilliant, marvelous Benita Stinson, I want to ask you a question about something that he said. Why is it so important that people continue to do maintenance on their bodies?
Why is it important? Because you only live once. And if you don't take care of your health now, you're going to pay for it later. Like they said, you can get with this or you can get with that. We have so much going on right now in the world that we absolutely need to look at our health. We need to pay attention to what's going on with other people's health and also try and help them.
Right. Right. And I love how you said that too. You can get with this or you can get with that. And you can either be about it or just talk about it. And that's what this is really about tonight. We are talking about it. We've already shared with you all that, you know, we've got somebody right here on the panel. They're not sitting around and wondering how things are going. They are actually igniting and taking flight in this area. I mean, let's face it, folks, not too many people are willing to go to court. They're not willing to go to court and say, hey, my name is Margaret, and this is what I want to share with you. So we've got people here that are taking action. So the question is, how can you take action? Because it's unequivocal. Martha said she wanted to talk about these uncertain times with the virus and us not being able to return to work yet. How are families feeding themselves? How are companies even staying afloat? And many of us are serial entrepreneurs here. So how are we making it? So I want to take a couple quick comments, and we're going to go to a quick break, and then we're going to come right back. So Ms. Darnell said the Insumio is interesting. Glad you found an effective supplement. Well, yeah, that is super, super duper. And somebody said, so glad you had Insumio, and love your shirt, Bernardo. Love your shirt. They found it from Lord Faith. Mr. Nelson, this supplement they found is awesome. And yes, that is unequivocal. It is awesome. It is awesome. And we got somebody, hey, from the Philippines. Great to see you. Great to see you, Alberto. So with that being said, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come right back. Okay. And then we're going to get right back into this and talk a little bit more about this amazing topic. Be right back. So if you want to be
my name is Raymond Aaron, New York Times top 10 bestselling author. But this video is not about me. This video is about Lotus Richey. What an amazing interviewer she is. She did an interview of me. It's one of the best interviews that anyone has ever pulled out of me. It was thoughtful, it was interesting, it was fascinating. She asked questions that really caused me to think. She's an amazing interviewer. If you ever get an opportunity to be interviewed by her, grab it. And if you have an opportunity to listen to her interviewing other people, stay tuned. She's amazing. My name is Raymond Aaron, and I endorse Lotus Richet.
All right. And yes, you too can be a celebrity guest here with Lotus and Lynne. If you ever have news that people can use, don't hesitate to get with us and we'll be happy to bring the news straight to you. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right back into it. Lynne, go ahead and kick it off and then take it on and hand it back. Hand it back to beautiful, bodacious, brilliant Bonita, and then let's go on back and kick it over to Margaret.
So
We nodding, but we don't hear you, Lynne. You know, y'all, we cut up on news you can use.
I'm just so said Bernardo, it's very true. It is about taking care of your health and your body. And tying that in even to the workspace, it's also about making sure that those spaces are wiped down.
Yes.
Daily, maybe several times a day. And of course, the masks, the sanitizer, the washing of hands, all of that is so important for us to stay as healthy as we can so that we don't either contract or spread the virus. But of course, we're all fans of Naturally Plus. If you notice, I'm always drinking my Izumio on the show, not just because I want to show it, and I do, but because it's a great way to quench my thirst. You know, when you're talking, your throat gets a little dry, scratchy, you need something to drink. So the Izumio and being a supplement is really great to do that. And we are actually, so I can share this right now very quickly, having a stress exploration study that actually we will be beginning on September 1st. This particular study incorporates many different aspects. We will give you material where you can learn about brain health because we get stressed and our brains don't work and function the same way. Where you'll find out what causes stress to begin with. Where you'll also have an opportunity to read about the lymphatic system. And every Monday, we're going to have Miss Hillary Gooden, who's going to be giving us tips on what we can do to reduce stress. Because I also believe that when we have high levels of stress, no matter what the situation, any type of illness or disease and virus can attach itself more easily. So we can come down when our immune systems are low and compromised, all sorts of things start kicking up and we can contract everything.
Yes.
So it's important to also really pay attention to how we can reduce our stress. And so during the study, you will have an opportunity to take a look at how you've staged stress or how stress shows up in your body physically and how it shows up emotionally so that you can become clear about what happens when you're stressed. Mm-hmm. Then once you're able to start, you do need to purchase one product, whether it's a Izumio, it's a case of 30, or if it's the Super Lutein or Myrto Plus, you take your product and you make a daily tracker. You just simply indicate how you're feeling before you take the product, and then about an hour after, how you're feeling afterwards in terms of stress. And so there are several different categories where you can check very stressed, not at all, somewhere in between. Okay. Yes. And this is going to be for a 30-day period. Now, we have a Facebook page so that all of us will be able to chat with each other and talk about what we're doing, how we're feeling, connect with each other as a community. And we will also have check-ins. So next Wednesday, before the actual stress study begins, we will be talking to those who wish to participate. And in the middle of the September, and then at the end of the study, we'll be coming together again. So this is an actual study that was put together by Lotus, myself, Angela Elting, and Dr. Selena Pinashimo, who is a psychologist and trauma specialist. And so together, we're wanting to find out, how do you become stressed? When do you become stressed? What happens when you're stressed? And how the Naturally Plus products can really assist you in being able to relieve stress, along with some of the other things that we're going to be showing you and talking to you about.
Right. So very quickly, I know, Lynn, we're going to be having folks coming in left and right. So tonight we're going to invite you. Don't forget to go ahead and call Lynn. There's a number right there. You can email her as well. And then Monday, when you come back for more news you can use, we're also going to give you a little extra and let you know what our closed group is, if you will, and how to get there. We'll be giving you the link on how to get to our closed group. And now, Lynn, we've had some questions from people saying, okay, I understand that you guys have this 30-day stress-free or stress exploration. We understand that, we're going to get a free tracker. We understand that we're going to get a pre and post stress test and a daily tracker that starts September 1st.
That's
and
right.
It's great to know that Naturally Plus products information and the benefits, you're going to get that, as well as a product order sheet, because you have to at least get one product. So get your product now, so that you're ready when September 1 comes, because I tell you, this month is flying. I tell you, it is fine. So with that being said, folks, I want to tell you, we have done some wonderful work on this thing to get this thing off the ground. But Lynn, this is a question that someone had. They want to join the stress exploration, but they're asking, how do I just join Izumio? Because I've heard that I can make money. How much does it cost? So I don't want to move forward without answering that. So if you can, let's kick this to Margaret or Benita to answer this question. So we know that the annual fee is only $30 per year. And someone said, they're only $30 per year. Yes, only $30 per year. And the only thing you purchase is what, ladies and gentlemen?
One product.
One product.
Right. Uno.
Just one.
That's right. So you just got
your immune system and to start earning income. Go ahead, ladies.
Exactly. So Benita, can you tell us a little bit about the earning, and then Margaret, can you also tell us a little bit about the earnings, and make sure your mics are turned on. And Bernardo, turn your mic on, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All you have to do is come in, sign up for the yearly membership, which is $30, purchase one product for $110, and then you become an affiliate. And you have to have one more person that is taking the product also, or just a product user, and you are able to do the business. And then you're able to earn points, and those points turn into cash. You want to say a little bit, Margaret? Margaret just got paid.
Yeah, yeah. I am now earning income. I am now earning income with Naturally Plus, so I'm really excited to move on in this business. It's a great opportunity, and like Lotus always says, your health is wealth. because
Yes.
without your health, you can't do
Yep.
anything. So we all want to stay healthy, especially now in this pandemic. We all want to boost our immune systems at an atomic level. So I'll leave you with that. And that's my story, like Lotus says. And I'm
And you're sticking with it.
You're sticking with it. That's right. That's right. Yes, it is so true. It is so true. This is an amazing opportunity, not only from the standpoint of the products, but also from the standpoint of earning income. And just again, circling back around, Margaret, where, you know, you've not been able to fully go back to work. There are still things that the employers need to put in place to make sure that it's a safe place for you to work. But in the meantime, earning that additional money and income from Naturally Plus definitely helps, I'm
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. That has saved me.
Yes.
My son, when he was little, he always used to say, "Mom, we need to have plan A and plan B. In case plan A fails, then we have plan B." And you know what? He's absolutely right. Because
Yes.
never did anybody ever think that we would all have to resort to a plan B.
That's true.
Yes.
That's very true. Well, I also noticed, Margaret, that you had said that you volunteer in the food lines twice a week, and that there are 1,000 people that are coming to get food because they don't have the income. They don't have, they're not able to work right now. And so even earning, you know, something with Naturally Plus can be as significant also in terms of assisting in one's health by being able to purchase food and have the food that's best for your body.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, it's amazing to see all the cars. We serve over 1,000 cars plus, and to see the families crying and just very thankful and grateful. It's a very humbling experience. And
But
I
you
love it. I love being out there and just being able to help them.
But you're a frontline worker, really, because you're out there on the front lines with the people. So I'm just going to ask what other people are asking in their head. You're servicing all of these people, okay? 1,000 plus families every Wednesday and every Saturday. How in the world are you doing this and staying so healthy? So for those of you that's just joining us, okay, tonight we are talking about the impact of COVID on our lives and on our health, and also ways that we can overcome COVID. We've got people right here who suffer from COVID, who got over COVID, and who are still doing maintenance because, like someone said earlier, once you have COVID, you are a previous carrier. So I want to really explore that because we're really at the top of the hour. So we'll be going off the broadcast soon, but I really want Margaret to come back and talk a little bit about that. And we're going to take a couple of quick responses, okay? Because we've got Bobcat, he's saying, wow, what a wonderful product and opportunity. Ayala saying, yes, nice to have this kind of option in time like this. No job, not to be able to get out and make a living. This is amazing and interesting. And of course, 10 said health plus income. Well, yes, health plus income. And then Ayala says, you take care always, Margaret, and be safe, and also your family. So fantastic. So, folks, we're going to go to a quick break, and we're going to be right back. You can be a star on our show.
Hi, my name is Takako Matsudaira. I am an international interpreter. I interpret for some of the top coaches in the world and world-class speakers.
Wow.
Now, I'm lucky because I had Lotus Richey as my coach for over 5 years now, and she really has been my rock. She has helped me to overcome my divorce gracefully and helped me to focus on myself, love, positive energy, and things I can control. And she really held my hand in my journey. and helped me grow and helped me to go from rock bottom to having my own successful business as a single mom. She has the kindest heart. She is just incredible. She's intuitive, unique, and so much fun as well. I am forever grateful for her. She has been amazing. She's not just my coach, she's a friend, and she's my family now. And she will be my coach for life. So, if you're looking to excel in all areas of life, I recommend
Okay, and I'm not sure if we were having some technical difficulties, but this is the thing we know. Anytime we telling some good news that you could use, there's always some type of technical difficulty. But guess what? Technical difficulties will not stop the truth. And the truth is your health is your wealth. And if you want to tell it right here on news that you can use. So let's get right back into it. So, Benita, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say I have not contacted COVID, but I have friends that have, and they went through the same thing that Bernardo said that he went through. But thank God they survived, they made it through. And it's just like you said, we have to, like you said, we are using our Izumio and taking our super lutein, our myrtle, so that we can keep our immune system built up, stay healthy, and be able to help others do the same. And with, like Lynn was saying, the stress test that we're going to do, that helps people. I've been reading a book about Think and Grow Rich, and they talked about fear. You know, people are in such fear today that can make you sick. You know, the stress makes you sick. There's so many things that are out there that causes you to be sick. So we want to help eliminate some of that stress. And I wanted to share, guess what today, guys? I fell on my bicycle.
But you on your bicycle.
Yes, I'm trying to get healthier, and so I started riding my bike, and I did a great job all the way through. And then when I get to the driveway, I try to go up the little hump, and I fell, and I bruised my hand, and there's no bruise there now because I put the Izumi on it. I was like,
awesome.
What? I was like, yes. So that's how I want to share that.
Awesome. So thank you for sharing that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So Margaret, what would be your last comments for this broadcast? Because folks, we coming back next week. We coming back with all that. So Margaret, what you got?
Well, like Bernardo was saying, you know, he was drinking Izumio right before he got sick. And he started thinking that the Izumio and believing that the Izumio was going to help him. And also the other supplements like Myrto and superlutein, very, very, very good. And so I just feel like if we take note, and like Bernardo said, if we believe in what we're taking, we're going to be healthy and we're going to stay healthy. So I just hope that everybody would take flight on the Izumio path here. So
Yes, I love it. So, folks, we have had a great time tonight. If you've had a great time, go ahead and put a number 2 in the comment block below. Put a number 2 in the comment block below to let us know that you've had a great time. And if there's anything that you want us to cover on News You Can Use, thank you. We appreciate you, Ms. Darnell. If there's anything else you want to us to share on news you can use, please let us know. And Lori, thank you so much. She said, glad you are okay. Benita, Henry's got twos. Helen got twos. Lots of twos streaming in here, folks. Thank you so much. Lots of twos streaming in here. And if you've not liked, shared, and started a watch party, please like, share, start a watch party. Drop this in the groups with the most reach, because we want to help people help themselves to be healthy and wealthy, because after all, their health is their wealth. And so tonight we're going to do a little something different as we say goodnight. We are going to go to a quick commercial, and then we're coming right back, and Bernardo Garcia is going to take us out of the broadcast, and he's going to do it in English and Spanish. So stay tuned, because you don't want to miss our close. Right back. Sure you join us every Monday and Friday with more news you can use at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. More news you can use with Lotus and Lynne Harris the Virgins. Bringing you more news you can use with Lynne Harris the Virgins and Lotus News you can use Monday and Friday. Monday and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. News you can use now.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot for being with us today. And news you can use with Lotus Richey and Lynne Harris the Virgin. It was a pleasure being with you all and sharing my story. I hope this story from all of us that we were here, it would help you. Antemano, quiero dar las gracias a todos ustedes por estar con nosotros en esta noche en noticias que tú puedes utilizar con Lotus Richey, Lynne Harris the Virgin, todos los lunes, y aquí siempre dándoles las mejores en las noticias, informándoles para ustedes cómo ustedes pueden cuidar su salud, cómo ustedes pueden hacer dinero, helping you all taking care of your health. Also, at the same time, making money. I know COVID-19 has changed our lives. It has changed our lives, but it's up to us to take the right attitude to continue forward. Remember, love yourself, respect yourself, love your body, and take care of it. Always with insumio. Y siempre es importantísimo cuidarte, amarte, quererte, respetarte y cuidar tu salud. Importante también, por eso te recomiendo que tú tomes el agua insumio y todos los productos de insumio, porque eso, aparte de ayudarte en tu salud, también te va a ayudar en la parte económica. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much.
Himself. So we are always coming here with my co-host, the wonderful Lynne Harris the Virgins, and we will be back on Monday with more news you can use. So no matter what it looks like, no matter what it sounds like, make sure you come right here to news you can use. Why? Because you're in the best place possible to be the very best you can be. So tonight we're gonna, Lynne, have your final words, and then we're gonna cut right to our goodbye for tonight. Lynne?
My final words are, and I couldn't have said it better than Bernardo, your attitude and how you love yourself and take care of yourself is what counts 100%, because then you can be the best that you are.
All right, fantastic. So thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time. And if you haven't liked, shared, and started a watch party, go ahead, like, share, and start a watch party and get you some Izumio. Thank you for another wonderful time here at News You Can Use. Grab your water and get it into your body. What's in your water? You can take it on a run just to have fun. Throw it to a friend, share. But make sure you come back here with Lotus and Lynne with more news you can use as we share with the world how to be energized because the water's got hydrogen in it. Go ahead, take it on a drive.